Are you noticing dark spots popping up on your hands, face and neck as you get older? Most seniors assume these are age spots caused by sun damage and cannot be reversed. They are wrong. There is one specific vitamin deficiency that is secretly causing dark spots to spread faster and darker, and when you fix it, many spots will fade on their own. The problem is that most seniors never get tested for this deficiency because doctors assume the spots are purely cosmetic. Stay until the end to get the info you need. I'm Japan's oldest doctor with 65 years helping seniors stay strong. Today I'll show you the one vitamin deficiency that can accelerate dark spots and 3 steps to reverse the damage. First, the folate blood work blueprint. Second, the niacinamide replenishment protocol. Third, the vitamin C barrier shield. These are not home remedies. Medical case reports have documented reversal of dark spots after correcting folate deficiency, even in seniors over 70. A 2022 study showed that folate deficiency causes a chain reaction in your skin cells that upregulates tyrosinase, the enzyme that makes melanin. But here's what surprised me. Most seniors with folate deficiency are never told that their dark spots might be related, and almost nobody combines the 3 steps that make reversal happen fast. That's what I'm going to reveal today. Now let me show you the exact science and how to start tonight. Before I explain, hit that like button if you want more proven health strategies for seniors. Okay, let's dive in. Let's start with solution number 1, the folate blood work blueprint. Not just guessing you have a deficiency, you need a precise blood test to find out if low folate is silently triggering your skin cells to make too much melanin. You will request a specific test and look at the actual number, not just the word normal. Here's why I'm telling you to start with testing instead of supplementing blind. If you take folate without confirming deficiency, you could mask a serious B12 problem that needs different treatment. That's the detail most seniors miss. Here's why this works. At your age, your stomach absorbs folate less efficiently. Think of folate like a special delivery package that needs a working mailbox. If the mailbox is broken, the package never gets inside your cells. Without enough folate, your DNA repair machinery breaks down. This triggers MITF, the master switch for melanin production. Once activated, it upregulates both tyrosinase and tyrosinase-related proteins, flooding your melanocytes with the signal to make more pigment. Dermatology case reports have documented patients with widespread dark spots who experienced complete reversal after folate repletion. This means your dark spots may not be permanent sun damage. They may be a sign that your cells are starving for folate. And here's what surprised clinicians. When folate was restored, the tyrosinase signal quieted down and existing pigmentation faded without laser treatments. Here's exactly how to do this, and this is the critical part. Schedule an appointment and ask for a serum folate level and a complete metabolic panel. Once you have the results, ask for the actual number. Many seniors with folate levels below 5.4 nanograms per milliliter feel terrible and have dark spots, even though this prints as low normal. Normal is not the same as healthy. If your number is below 5.4, you likely have functional folate deficiency. Now here's what most people get wrong. They accept a normal range result without asking for the specific number. I have seen seniors with dark spots stay frustrated for years because their folate level was borderline. My patient Tomoe, 68, came to me with dark spots spreading across both hands in just 2 years. She said, "I have always protected my skin from the sun, but these spots appeared so fast." Her folate level came back at 4.2. I knew this was not normal for her. We started folate repletion. Within 8 weeks, the spots on her knuckles were noticeably lighter. After 5 months, she came to my office and said, "My hands look like they did 10 years ago." She told me, "I cannot believe a vitamin could do that." 3 critical mistakes to avoid. Mistake 1, accepting a normal range result without looking at the actual number. Mistake 2, assuming all dark spots are sun damage and only lasers fix them. Not all of them are. Mistake 3, trying to supplement without testing. You could be wasting money and time. That's the first piece. But wait until you hear the second one, because this is the topical step that works best when combined with folate replacement, and it cuts the darkening signal by over 30% within weeks. Let's move to solution number 2, the niacinamide replenishment protocol. Not just any cream, you need a topical serum containing exactly 4 to 5% niacinamide, applied twice daily to the dark spots. Here's why. It works through a different mechanism than folate. It stops melanin from being transferred to your skin cells, even if your body is still making it. Here's why this works. At your age, the problem is not just that you are making too much melanin. The problem is that melanin travels too efficiently from melanocytes to your visible skin cells. Think of niacinamide as a traffic cop that stops the melanin shipment before it reaches its destination. Niacinamide reduces melanosome transfer by inhibiting the pathway that moves pigment from one cell type to another. Clinical studies have shown that topical niacinamide at 4 to 5% reduces visible pigmentation by over 30% within 8 to 12 weeks. 2025 studies showed niacinamide performed nearly as well as hydroquinone, the gold standard, but with zero side effects. This means you can safely reduce dark spots without harsh chemicals. And here's what surprised dermatologists. The combination of correcting folate plus blocking the external signal, niacinamide, created a synergistic effect where spots faded faster than either treatment alone. Here's exactly how to do this, and this is the critical part. You will need a serum containing 4 to 5% niacinamide. Look for products with niacinamide in the first 5 ingredients. Cleanse your face in the morning. Apply the niacinamide serum directly to your dark spots. Let it dry for 1 minute, then apply sunscreen SPF 30 or higher. Do this every morning. In the evening, repeat after cleansing, twice daily, every day, for at least 12 weeks. You will notice your skin feels smoother within 1 week. Around week 4, the spots will begin to lighten. Now here's what most people get wrong. They apply once a day or skip days, thinking that will be enough. It will not be. Niacinamide needs twice daily consistent application. And they think one product does everything. It does not. Treating only the dark spot without fixing the folate deficiency means spots will come back. My patient Hiroshi, 71, had brown spots on both hands. He started niacinamide twice daily but did not get tested for folate. After 6 weeks, he said, "I see tiny lightening, but not much." I asked if he had checked his folate. He had not. Once we discovered his folate was very low and started replacement while continuing niacinamide, things changed. At week 12, he said, "Now the spots are fading noticeably." He understood that the cream alone was not enough. 3 critical mistakes to avoid. Mistake 1. Using niacinamide only once per day or sporadically, twice daily for 12 weeks minimum. Mistake 2. Using less than 4% concentration. Lower does not work. Mistake 3. Treating only the dark spot while ignoring folate deficiency. You are treating the symptom while the cause keeps triggering more spots. This next part is where the real transformation happens, because even if you fix your folate and apply niacinamide, you can still trigger new spots if you ignore the third step that prevents UV damage. Let's move to solution number 3, the vitamin C barrier shield. Not just any vitamin C, you need a stabilized form applied topically at 10% concentration. You will apply this every morning before sunscreen, and it will prevent new dark spots while old ones fade. Vitamin C has dual action. It reduces existing pigmentation and prevents ultraviolet light from triggering new melanin production. Here's why this works. At your age, your skin's natural antioxidant defenses have declined. When UV rays hit your skin, they create free radicals that trigger melanin production. Think of vitamin C as a shield that absorbs UV damage before it reaches your DNA. Vitamin C also directly inhibits tyrosinase, the same enzyme overactive in folate deficiency. Research shows that topical vitamin C at 10% concentration prevents ultraviolet-induced pigmentation. The depigmenting effect is an anti-pigmenting quality, meaning it stops new pigment from forming. A 2023 review showed vitamin C significantly reduced uneven skin tone. This means while folate fixes your internal melanin factory and niacinamide blocks pigment transfer, vitamin C protects you from the sun's signal to make more pigment. Here's exactly how to do this, and this is the critical part. You will need a vitamin C serum at 10% in a stabilized form. Look for products that say stabilized C, C-glucoside, or ascorbyl glucoside. In the morning after cleansing and applying niacinamide, apply vitamin C serum to your face, neck, and hands. Let it dry 1 minute, then apply SPF 30 sunscreen. Do this every morning without fail. You will notice your skin looks brighter within 1 week. Your dark spots appear less prominent. After 12 weeks combined with folate and niacinamide, dramatic improvement. Now here's what most people get wrong. They use vitamin C sporadically or buy a bottle that turns brown. Vitamin C oxidizes quickly. Buy fresh and use consistently. 3 critical mistakes to avoid. Mistake 1. Using cheap or unstabilized vitamin C. These oxidize within days. Mistake 2. Skipping vitamin C, thinking niacinamide alone is enough. The combination works much better. Mistake 3. Not using sunscreen. You are fighting a losing battle if you prevent new spots but expose yourself to unprotected sun. Here's how to put this all together into a daily routine. In the morning, get your blood test for folate. Take folate supplement or injection as prescribed. Cleanse. Apply niacinamide serum 4 to 5%. Wait 1 minute. Apply vitamin C serum 10%. Wait 1 minute. Apply sunscreen SPF 30. In the evening, cleanse. Apply niacinamide serum. That is it. 3 things every day. Most seniors skip the folate test thinking they can guess. They cannot. I have seen people get some results from niacinamide and vitamin C alone, but when they correct folate at the same time, results are remarkable. Within 12 weeks, dark spots are significantly lighter. Let me recap what we covered today because repetition is how things stick in your mind. Number 1. The folate blood work blueprint. Dark spots are often a visible sign of folate deficiency triggering tyrosinase overexpression. Number 2. The niacinamide replenishment protocol. This blocks melanin from traveling to your visible skin. Number 3. The vitamin C barrier shield. This prevents new dark spots while old ones fade. These 3 work together to fix the cause, block the symptom, and prevent new problems. Not kind of. Really. I've been practicing medicine for 65 years. I've seen these strategies work for thousands of seniors who were told, those dark spots are permanent, accept them. You deserve to feel confident in your own skin at any age. Start tonight with the easiest step. Call your doctor and ask for a folate blood test. Write down the actual number. I promise, once you know whether this is part of your story or not, you will feel empowered to take action. If this video helped you, please like it and subscribe. It helps me reach more seniors who need this information. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you noticed your dark spots getting darker or spreading faster in the past few years? I read every comment. Your story matters. Stay strong. If you're over 60 and still putting lemon juice on your dark spots, stop. It's silently making them worse. I'm Japan's oldest doctor with 65 years helping seniors stay strong. Today I'll show you 3 common home remedies that actually make dark spots darker, not lighter. First, lemon juice and citrus products. Second, baking soda pastes and scrubs. Third, undiluted apple cider vinegar. These aren't helping you. Dermatology research from multiple institutions shows these DIY treatments cause chemical burns, pH damage, and trigger your skin to produce even more melanin, which is the pigment that creates dark spots in the first place. A 2023 study in the Journal of Dermatological Treatment found that seniors who used acidic home remedies on hyperpigmentation actually saw their dark spots get 20 to 30% darker within weeks. Now let me show you exactly why these fail and what to do instead. Before I explain, hit that like button if you want more proven health strategies for seniors. Okay, let's dive in. Let's start with the first mistake, lemon juice. This is the most common DIY dark spot treatment, and it's also the most damaging for seniors over 60. Not diluted lemon, not lemon mixed with honey. I'm talking about any lemon-based treatment applied directly to age spots or hyperpigmentation. Here's why this backfires. Think of your skin like a protective shield. After 60, that shield is already thinner and more vulnerable than it was at 30. Lemon juice has a pH of around 2, which is extremely acidic. Your skin's natural pH is between 4.5 and 5.5. When you apply something that acidic, you're essentially attacking your own skin barrier. Dermatologists at multiple clinics have documented that lemon juice causes what's called phytophotodermatitis. This is a chemical reaction between the citrus compounds and sunlight that creates burns and permanent dark marks. The Cosmetic Center published research showing that lemon juice makes skin more sensitive to UV rays. Even brief sun exposure after applying lemon can trigger severe burns and worse hyperpigmentation. The citric acid strips away protective oils, leaving your skin defenseless against the sun damage that caused your dark spots in the first place. Here's exactly what happens. When you apply lemon juice to a dark spot, it may temporarily lighten the surface by removing dead skin cells. You think it's working, but underneath, the acid is irritating your skin and triggering an inflammatory response. Your body responds to inflammation by producing more melanin as protection. Within 2 to 4 weeks, that dark spot often comes back darker than before. This is called post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and it's extremely common in seniors who use citrus-based treatments. The older your skin, the more vulnerable it is to this rebound darkening effect. Medical news today confirms that lemon juice is very acidic and too harsh to use directly on the face for treating dark spots. My patient Michiko, age 73, came to me with dark spots on her cheeks that had doubled in size over 3 months. She'd been applying fresh lemon juice every night for 90 days because she read online that vitamin C lightens skin. When I examined her, I found chemical burns underneath the hyperpigmentation. The lemon had damaged her skin barrier so badly that her melanocytes, the cells that produce color, went into overdrive. I told her to stop immediately. After 6 months of gentle care and proper sun protection, her spots finally started fading. She told me, "I wish someone had warned me before I made everything worse." 3 dangers to understand. Danger 1, phytophotodermatitis. Citrus compounds react with sunlight to cause burns that leave permanent marks. This reaction can happen even on cloudy days. Danger 2, pH disruption. Your skin barrier needs a slightly acidic pH to function. Lemon destroys this balance, leading to dryness, irritation, and increased sensitivity. Danger 3. Delayed results fool you. The temporary lightening makes you think it's working, so you keep using it until the damage becomes severe. By then, recovery takes months or years. Here's what most people miss about the second mistake. The second product to avoid is baking soda, whether used alone, mixed with water, or combined with other ingredients. Baking soda is trending on social media as a skin brightening hack. For seniors over 60, it's especially dangerous. Here's the science. Baking soda has a pH of 9, which is highly alkaline. Remember, your skin needs to stay between 4.5 and 5.5 pH to remain healthy. When you apply baking soda, you're pushing your skin pH in the opposite direction from lemon, but with equally damaging results. Dermatologist Dr. Joyce Park explained in clinical publications that baking soda disrupts what's called the acid mantle, which is your skin's protective layer. Once that layer is compromised, bacteria can grow freely, moisture escapes, and your skin becomes hypersensitive to everything. A 2025 report from George Washington University School of Medicine confirmed that baking soda provides no evidence for treating dark spots. What it does provide is irritation, dryness, and paradoxically, darker discoloration in people with medium or deeper skin tones. The research is clear that baking soda cannot reach the deeper pigment that causes dark spots because hyperpigmentation comes from melanin in the lower layers of the skin. Here's exactly what happens when seniors use baking soda on age spots. The alkaline compound strips away natural oils. Your skin responds by producing excess oil to compensate. This clogs pores and can lead to breakouts. The irritation triggers inflammation. Inflammation triggers melanin production. Your dark spot gets darker. Dr. Kopelman, a board-certified dermatologist, reported that she has actually seen baking soda cause darker discoloration, especially in people with medium or deeper skin tones. For seniors whose skin is already compromised by decades of sun exposure, this rebound darkening happens faster and more severely. The physical scrubbing action of baking soda paste also creates micro-tears in thin, aging skin that heal with even more dark marks. My patient Haruki, age 69, tried a baking soda paste on liver spots on his hands. He mixed baking soda with water and applied it nightly for 2 weeks. When he came to see me, his hands were red, peeling, and the spots were noticeably darker with a grey undertone. The pH disruption had damaged his skin barrier and triggered excess pigmentation. It took 4 months of repair work before his skin returned to baseline. He told me, "The internet said this was natural and safe. I learned that natural doesn't mean harmless." 2 critical points about baking soda. First, the scrubbing action damages aging skin. Seniors have thinner skin with less collagen. Physical scrubbing creates micro-tears that heal with dark marks. Second, the alkaline pH allows acne-causing bacteria to thrive. This can lead to infections and more post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. The combination of physical damage and pH disruption makes baking soda one of the worst choices for senior skin. With continued use, baking soda can disrupt the skin's delicate pH balance and lead to long-term damage, including early onset wrinkles and chronic sensitivity. This next one surprises most people. The third product to avoid is undiluted apple cider vinegar. Diluted apple cider vinegar in small amounts may have some benefits, but applying it full strength to dark spots is asking for trouble, especially after 60. Here's why concentration matters. Apple cider vinegar is highly acidic with a pH around 2 to 3. When applied undiluted, it acts like a chemical peel, but without the controlled formulation that dermatologists use. The acetic acid burns through skin layers unevenly. A case study documented a patient who applied apple cider vinegar overnight and woke up with a chemical burn that left a permanent dark spot worse than the original. The Healthline Medical Review confirms that apple cider vinegar can cause skin irritation, dryness, and damage. In most cases, burns occur after apple cider vinegar has been in contact with skin for long periods. For seniors, whose skin heals more slowly, these burns can take weeks to recover from, and the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation can last for months or even become permanent. Here's the specific problem for dark spots. Some websites claim apple cider vinegar inhibits melanin production. There's limited evidence for this at safe dilutions and zero evidence that undiluted application helps. What actually happens is the acid burns the surface layer, creating wounds. When wounds heal on mature skin, they often leave dark marks. You're essentially creating new dark spots while trying to treat existing ones. The Medical News Today review of home remedies states clearly that lemon juice is too harsh for facial skin, and the same applies to undiluted vinegar. Both are far too acidic for the delicate, thin skin that seniors have. Applying undiluted apple cider vinegar directly to your skin is not recommended due to risks like irritation, sun sensitivity, and uneven results. My patient Keiko, age 71, soaked cotton pads in apple cider vinegar and taped them to age spots on her forehead overnight. She wanted faster results, so she used it undiluted. When she removed the pads in the morning, she had blistered skin that left scars darker than her original spots. It took 8 months before we could even begin addressing the hyperpigmentation. She told me, "I just wanted to look better for my granddaughter's wedding. Instead, I made everything worse." 3 rules about vinegar and dark spots. Rule 1. Never apply undiluted. If you must try vinegar, dilute it at least 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water and test on a small area first. Rule 2. Never leave it on overnight. Extended contact dramatically increases burn risk. Rule 3. Always apply sunscreen after any acid treatment. Acids make your skin photosensitive, meaning sun exposure causes more damage. If you experience redness, burning, or irritation, rinse immediately with cool water and stop using the product. Here's what you should know about safer alternatives. Instead of these damaging home remedies, there are ingredients that actually work without destroying your skin. Niacinamide, also called vitamin B3, has clinical evidence for reducing hyperpigmentation without irritation. Azelaic acid is another proven option that's gentle enough for sensitive, mature skin. Alpha-arbutin, derived from bearberry plants, inhibits melanin production safely. Vitamin C in stabilized serum form, not raw lemon juice, provides antioxidant benefits without the burning. These are available in over-the-counter products at pharmacies and on Amazon. Look for serums or creams with these ingredients and always pair them with daily SPF 30 or higher sunscreen. Sun protection is the single most important factor in preventing and treating dark spots. UV radiation stimulates melanin production, worsening existing pigmentation and triggering new patches. Here's how to protect yourself going forward. In the morning, apply a gentle vitamin C serum, which provides antioxidant protection without the burning effects of lemon juice. Before going outside, apply broad-spectrum SPF 30 or higher, even on cloudy days. Reapply every 2 hours if you're outdoors. At night, use a niacinamide or alpha-arbutin product on dark spots. That's it. No harsh acids, no pH extremes, no burns. Within 30 days, you'll stop creating new damage. After 60 to 90 days, existing spots will begin to fade naturally as your skin heals. After 6 months with consistent sun protection and gentle treatments, most seniors see significant improvement without any of the risks. Let me recap what we covered. Number 1, lemon juice causes phytophotodermatitis, chemical burns, and rebound darkening, making spots worse within weeks. Number 2, baking soda disrupts your skin's pH, strips protective oils, and triggers inflammation that leads to darker pigmentation. Number 3, undiluted apple cider vinegar creates chemical burns that heal with permanent dark marks. All three of these so-called natural remedies actually trigger your skin to produce more melanin, making dark spots darker. The safest path is proven ingredients like niacinamide and alpha-arbutin combined with daily sunscreen. I've been practicing medicine for 65 years. I've seen too many seniors damage their skin with internet remedies that sound natural but cause real harm. You deserve clear, healthy skin without the burns and scarring. Start today by throwing away any lemon, baking soda, or vinegar treatments you've been using on your face. If this video helped you, please like it and subscribe. It helps me reach more seniors who need this warning. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever tried a home remedy that backfired? I read every comment. Stay strong, stay aware. Are you spending a fortune on expensive creams and serums that promise to fade your age spots but deliver nothing? Stop. Most seniors think the only way to treat these dark spots is with lasers or chemical peels. They're wrong. But here's what shocks most people. The secret to fading age spots might be in your kitchen right now, but it's the one ingredient you would never think to put on your face because of the strong smell. I've seen seniors lighten their spots by 50% in just a few weeks with this method. Stay until the end to get the info you need. I'm Japan's oldest doctor with 65 years helping seniors stay strong. Today I'll show you how one kitchen ingredient fades age spots in just 14 days and the 2 other steps that make it work. First, the allium cepa poultice. Second, the AHA exfoliation prep. Third, the melanin block. These are not just home remedies I made up. A 2020 study published in the journal Frontiers in Pharmacology showed that a topical treatment with onion extract significantly improved pigmentation in just 4 weeks. But here's what surprised me. Most seniors who hear about this try it once and give up because of the smell and because they miss the 2 steps that actually make it effective. That's what I'm going to reveal today. Now let me show you the exact science and how to start tonight. Before I explain, hit that like button if you want more proven health strategies for seniors. Okay, let's dive in. Let's start with solution number 1, the Allium cepa poultice. Not just any onion, you need a fresh red onion for its high concentration of quercetin. You'll apply the fresh juice directly to your age spots for 10 minutes a day. Here's why I'm telling you to use fresh onion juice and not a store-bought extract. The active compounds are most potent right after the onion is cut. That's the detail most seniors miss. I'll explain the science, then show you exactly how to do it. Here's why this works. At your age, years of sun exposure have caused your melanocytes, the pigment cells in your skin, to clump together and overproduce melanin, creating dark spots. Think of it like a small ink spill that has permanently stained a piece of paper. To fade it, you need something that can break down the ink. The quercetin and sulfur compounds in red onion extract act as natural tyrosinase inhibitors. Tyrosinase is the enzyme your body uses to produce melanin. By inhibiting it, you stop the production of new pigment in that area, allowing the spot to fade. The 2020 study in Frontiers in Pharmacology confirmed that even in a short 4-week period, a patch containing Allium cepa extract was able to significantly improve skin pigmentation. This means you can directly target the melanin factory in your skin and shut it down. And here's what surprised researchers. The onion extract also showed anti-inflammatory properties, which helps reduce the irritation that can sometimes make dark spots worse. That's why this detail matters. Here's exactly how to do this, and this is the critical part. You'll need 1 small red onion, a fine grater, and a cotton ball. If you're at the grocery store, choose a firm red onion as they have the highest quercetin content. First, wash and peel the onion. Then, grate about 1 tablespoon of the onion into a fine pulp. Finally, press this pulp into a small sieve or cheesecloth and squeeze the fresh juice into a bowl. Dip a cotton ball into the juice and apply it directly to your age spots. Leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes, then rinse with cool water. Do this once per day, preferably in the evening. You will notice the spots beginning to look lighter, almost like they are breaking apart, within 7 to 10 days. After 14 days, you should see a visible reduction. Now here's what most people get wrong. If you use a blender, the heat can denature the sensitive enzymes. You must grate it by hand to keep the compounds active. And yes, it will smell, but the results are worth it, and the smell disappears after you rinse. My patient Etsuko, 71, came to me with dozens of dark age spots on her hands and face. She was very self-conscious and always wore makeup to cover them. I told her to try the Allium cepa poultice. She was skeptical. "Doctor, I will smell like a restaurant kitchen," she said. I asked her to trust me and try it for just 2 weeks. After 1 week, she called me and said, "The smell is still strong, but the spots look different, less solid." But here's what matters. After 14 days, she came to my office without any makeup on her hands. The spots were visibly 40 to 50% lighter. She told me, "For the first time in 10 years, I don't feel like I need to hide my hands." That's when I knew this wasn't just about the spots. It was about her feeling free. 3 critical mistakes to avoid. Mistake 1, using yellow or white onions. They have a lower concentration of the active flavonoid, quercetin. Mistake 2, storing the juice. The active compounds oxidize and lose their potency within 30 minutes, so you must make it fresh every single time. Mistake 3, giving up because of the smell. The odor is temporary, but the results, if you are consistent, can be long-lasting. Get these right, and the fading will begin. That's the first piece. But wait until you hear the second one, because if you don't do this step first, the onion juice can't penetrate properly and the effect is cut in half. Let's move to solution number 2, the AHA exfoliation prep. Not a harsh scrub. You need a gentle liquid exfoliant made from diluted apple cider vinegar. You'll apply this for 1 minute before the onion poultice. Here's why I'm telling you to do this specific step first. Your age spots are composed of dead skin cells that are packed with excess melanin. If you apply the onion juice on top of this layer, it can't reach the living cells where new pigment is being made. Here's why this works. At your age, your skin's natural exfoliation process slows down dramatically. This causes pigmented cells to build up on the surface, making age spots look darker and more stubborn. Think of it like trying to mop a floor that's covered in a layer of dust. You have to sweep the dust away first. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic and malic acid, which are natural alpha-hydroxy acids, or AHAS. Research confirms that these gentle acids dissolve the glue that holds dead skin cells together, allowing them to be wiped away. A 2021 dermatology review highlighted that AHAS are effective at improving skin texture and reducing superficial hyperpigmentation. By using a diluted ACV solution, you are gently lifting that top layer of pigmented dead skin. This allows the quercetin from the onion juice to penetrate deeper and work directly on the melanocytes. And here's what surprised me in my practice. Patients who added this prep step saw results almost twice as fast as those who used the onion juice alone. Here's exactly how to do this, and this is the critical part. You'll need raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar and purified water. If you are at the grocery store, look for the bottle that says "with the mother," as it contains beneficial enzymes. First, you must dilute it. Mix 1 part apple cider vinegar with 10 parts water. A stronger mixture can irritate your skin and make things worse. Then, using a cotton pad, gently wipe the diluted solution over your age spots. Let it air dry for 1 minute. Do not rinse. Finally, proceed immediately with the allium cepa poultice from step 1. Do this every day before you apply the onion juice. You'll notice your skin feels smoother right away. Now here's what most people get wrong. They use the apple cider vinegar undiluted, which can cause chemical burns and lead to even worse dark spots, a condition called post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. I have seen this happen. You must dilute it. There's one detail here that most seniors miss entirely. They think all acids are bad for their skin, but a gentle, heavily diluted acid used correctly for a short period is the key that unlocks the door for the main treatment to work. It's not about being harsh, it's about being smart. Let's move to solution number 3, the melanin block. Not just any moisturizer, you need a broad-spectrum mineral sunscreen with at least 15% zinc oxide. You'll apply this every single morning as the final step of your routine, without fail. Here's why I'm telling you to use a physical zinc oxide-based sunscreen. It creates a physical shield that stops UV radiation from ever reaching your skin cells, while chemical sunscreens can sometimes cause irritation. Here's why this works. The number 1 cause of age spots is sun exposure. UV radiation from the sun is the signal that tells your melanocytes to produce more pigment. Think of it like this. Trying to fade age spots without using sunscreen is like trying to bail water out of a boat while there is still a giant hole in the bottom. You are fighting a losing battle. A 2019 comprehensive review in the journal Molecules confirmed that inorganic sunscreens, specifically zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, are highly effective at physically blocking and scattering both UVA and UVB rays. This prevents the initial signal that creates melanin in the first place. This means that while the onion juice is working to fade your existing spots, the zinc oxide is preventing new ones from forming and stopping the old ones from getting darker. And here's what surprised researchers. They found that consistent daily use of a broad-spectrum sunscreen alone could lead to a noticeable fading of existing hyperpigmentation over time, because the skin was finally given a chance to heal without being constantly assaulted by UV rays. Here's exactly how to do this, and this is the critical part. You will need a mineral sunscreen with a high concentration of zinc oxide. You can find this at any pharmacy. In the morning, after you have cleansed your face, apply a generous amount to your entire face, neck, and the backs of your hands. Don't just dab it on the spots. You need to protect all of your skin. Do this every single morning, even if it is cloudy, even if you are staying indoors. UVA rays, the aging rays, penetrate through clouds and glass. Now here's what most people get wrong. They apply sunscreen only when they go to the beach. This is a fatal mistake for anyone trying to treat age spots. Daily, consistent application is non-negotiable. Here's how to put this all together into a daily routine. In the evening, cleanse your face. Wipe the diluted ACV solution over your spots and let it dry for 1 minute. Apply the fresh onion juice poultice for 10 to 15 minutes, then rinse. In the morning, cleanse your face, apply your regular moisturizer, and then, as the final step, apply your zinc oxide sunscreen. That's it. It takes less than 20 minutes a day. I have seen people get some results with just the onion, but they are always temporary because the sun darkens the spots again. When they commit to all 3 steps, the results are dramatic and lasting. Within 14 days, you will see a visible difference. Let me recap what we covered today, because repetition is how things actually stick in your mind. Number 1. The allium cepa poultice. This works because the quercetin in red onions inhibits the enzyme that produces dark pigment. Number 2. The AHA exfoliation prep. Using diluted apple cider vinegar removes the top layer of dead pigmented cells so the onion juice can work. Number 3. The melanin block. A daily zinc oxide sunscreen is critical to prevent the spots from getting darker and new ones from forming. These 3 things work together to exfoliate, treat, and protect. Not kind of, really. I've been practicing medicine for 65 years. I've seen thousands of seniors waste their money on products that don't work, when the solution is often simple and sitting in their own home. You deserve to feel confident in your own skin at any age. Start tonight with just the onion poultice. I promise, once you see the first signs of fading, you will be motivated to add the other 2 steps. If this video helped you, please like it and subscribe. It helps me reach more seniors who need this information. Drop a comment below and tell me, what is the one home remedy you have tried for age spots that did not work? I read every comment. Your story matters. Stay strong. Have you ever looked in the mirror and noticed dark patches on your cheeks or forehead that seem to appear overnight? You try to cover them with makeup or you rub creams and lotions on them, but no matter what you do, they never really go away. For many women after 65, these marks can feel like stubborn shadows, a reminder of years gone by, and it can be discouraging. Welcome back to the Senior Wellness Podcast, where every episode is about staying strong, independent, and sharp as you age. Stay until the end to make sure you get all the information you need. Today we're going to talk about something that affects millions of seniors around the world: pigmentation, melasma, and those dark spots that quietly creep across the skin. They can make you feel older than you are, they can take away your confidence, and they often resist the most common solutions. But what if there were natural, science-backed ways to fade them in just 20 days? I'm Dr. Shigeki Hinohara, Japan's oldest doctor. With over 65 years of experience, I've helped millions of seniors reclaim their health, one small change at a time. And over those years, I've seen patients who carried not just the weight of age, but the weight of feeling less beautiful, less vibrant, because of these marks. One of my patients, Mrs. Tanaka, was 72 when she came to me. She had dark spots across her cheeks and said she no longer wanted to join her friends for lunch because she felt embarrassed. She had tried expensive creams, even laser treatments, but nothing lasted. Within 3 weeks of making a simple change, she saw the spots lighten and her confidence return. She told me it felt like looking at a younger version of herself again. So here is the question I want you to ask yourself today. If your skin could look clearer and brighter in less than a month, without harsh chemicals or expensive treatments, would you want to know the secret? Because that's exactly what I'm going to share with you. Pigmentation and melasma often seem harmless at first. A small brown patch near the temple, a faint mark along the jawline, maybe a freckle that darkens over time. But slowly these patches spread. They become larger, darker, and harder to hide. For many seniors, especially women, this can feel like losing control of your own face. It is not just about appearance, it is about identity. When the person staring back at you in the mirror no longer looks like the person you remember, it can stir feelings of sadness, frustration, and even shame. Why does this happen more often as we age? The answer lies in the skin's natural processes. When we are young, skin cells renew quickly, and pigment-producing cells stay balanced. But with age, those cells, called melanocytes, begin to act unpredictably. Sun exposure, hormonal changes, and inflammation build up over decades. The result? Dark patches, uneven tone, and marks that once faded now linger for months or years. I remember a patient named Helen from Australia who came to see me at the age of 69. She had been a schoolteacher for more than 30 years and spent countless afternoons outside in the playground. For years, she thought nothing of it. But by the time she reached her late 60s, her skin was marked with clusters of dark patches across her forehead and cheeks. "I feel like I'm wearing a mask," she told me. "A mask I can't take off." She had tried to scrub her skin raw with exfoliators. She had bought expensive creams that promised miracles. But instead of fading, the spots only grew darker. And that's the cruel trick of pigmentation. Many over-the-counter creams contain bleaching agents that irritate aging skin, making it thinner and more fragile. Instead of solving the problem, they sometimes make it worse. And while makeup can cover patches for a short time, it doesn't heal the skin underneath. The truth is, pigmentation is more than skin deep. It reflects years of sun damage, stress on the body, and sometimes even nutritional deficiencies. Think of it like rust on metal. You can paint over rust, but if you don't treat the cause, the rust continues to spread beneath the surface. For seniors, this becomes even more challenging because the skin barrier weakens with age. It becomes drier, thinner, and less able to protect itself from sunlight, pollution, and everyday irritation. What worked at 40 no longer works at 70. And that is why so many older adults feel trapped in an endless cycle of buying creams, covering up with makeup, and hiding behind hats or scarves without ever finding real relief. If this sounds familiar to you, you're not alone. Millions of women after 65 face the same frustration every single day. They see the spots darken. They see their reflection age faster than they feel inside. And they wonder quietly if there is anything left to try. But here's the surprising truth. Pigmentation is not inevitable. Just because you've carried these marks for years doesn't mean you're stuck with them. In fact, once you understand the real reason why common solutions fail, you'll discover that fading them naturally is not only possible but often faster than you think. For most women over 65, the first instinct when dark spots appear is to head to the pharmacy or beauty counter. Rows of bottles promise miracles: brightening cream, age spot eraser, instant glow in 7 days. The packaging is shiny, the claims are bold, and the price tag often feels like a small investment in hope. But as many of my patients will tell you, that hope rarely lasts. The truth is, most of these creams contain bleaching agents such as hydroquinone or strong acids. They may lighten the skin temporarily, but they do so by irritating it, and aging skin does not respond kindly to irritation. Instead of fading evenly, many women find their skin becoming red, flaky, or even thinner. Over time, these treatments can make dark patches even more noticeable. One of my patients, Margaret from Canada, spent nearly $300 on a luxury serum that promised to erase age spots in 2 weeks. She applied it faithfully every night, waiting for the miracle. But after 3 months, not only were her spots still visible, her skin had developed patches of dryness that made her cheeks look older than before. She told me with tears in her eyes, "Doctor, I feel like I'm paying to age faster." Others turn to laser treatments or chemical peels. These can sometimes work in younger skin, but for seniors, they are often risky. The skin barrier is weaker, the healing process is slower, and even small procedures can leave scars or increased sensitivity to sunlight. I recall a gentleman in his 70s who underwent a peel to remove pigmentation from his forehead. For the first month, it looked improved. But after 2 months, the patches returned, darker than before, because the deeper cause had not been addressed. And then there is makeup. Many seniors rely on foundation or concealer to hide dark spots, but makeup is only a mask. By the end of the day, it fades, settles into wrinkles, and often emphasizes the very patches it is meant to cover. One woman once told me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm painting over cracks in the wall. The cracks always show through." Why do these solutions fail? Because they treat the surface, not the source. Pigmentation is not just about what is happening on the outside. It is a reflection of what is happening inside the skin at the cellular level. The melanocytes, the cells that produce pigment, become overactive after years of sun exposure, hormonal shifts, and oxidative stress. Unless you calm those cells, nourish them, and restore balance, the dark spots will always return. Think of it this way: if weeds keep growing in your garden, you can cut them down every week, but they will grow back unless you pull them out at the root. Most creams and treatments are like trimming weeds. They cut down what you see, but the root cause stays alive and well beneath the surface. For seniors, this cycle can be exhausting. You spend money, you spend time, and still the mirror reminds you of the same marks year after year. Many give up entirely, assuming nothing can be done. But giving up is not the answer. The problem is not that you cannot heal pigmentation. The problem is that most of the methods you've tried were never designed for aging skin. And that is why I tell my patients, don't blame yourself and don't blame your skin. The failure lies in the approach. Once you understand the deeper cause, and once you apply the right science-backed methods, you can begin to see results in as little as 20 days. To understand why pigmentation grows darker and more stubborn with age, we need to look beneath the surface of the skin, into the microscopic world where cells are constantly working, repairing, and sometimes misfiring. At the heart of this process are special cells called melanocytes. Their job is to produce melanin, the pigment that gives your skin its color. Melanin is not the enemy. In fact, it is one of your skin's greatest protectors. It acts like a shield, absorbing harmful ultraviolet rays from the sun and preventing deeper damage to your DNA. Without melanin, we would burn within minutes of stepping outside. But as we age, these melanocytes can become overactive. Imagine a smoke alarm that goes off even when there's no fire. With every bit of sun exposure, stress, or hormonal fluctuation, the melanocytes overreact and release too much pigment in one area. This clumping of melanin forms the dark spots you see on your skin. There's another layer to this. Over time, the skin's natural renewal process slows down. When you were younger, skin cells turned over every 4 weeks. By the time you're in your 70s, that process can take twice as long. This means the pigment sits on the surface longer, becoming more visible and more difficult to fade. I often tell my patients to think of the skin like a garden. When you are young, it's like fresh soil that renews quickly after planting. But as the years pass, the soil becomes harder, slower to refresh, and weeds, like pigmentation, take root more easily. If you only pull the weeds without tending to the soil, they will always come back. One of my patients, Yumi, a 70-year-old from Tokyo, struggled with a large dark patch on her cheek. She told me she felt as if it announced her age before she even spoke a word. When we tested her skin, we found her melanin production was in overdrive. But the deeper problem was oxidative stress, tiny free radicals damaging her skin cells like rust spreading through metal. Without calming that stress, no cream could truly fade the spot. Oxidative stress is one of the biggest drivers of pigmentation in seniors. It's caused by decades of sunlight, pollution, and even internal factors like poor diet or chronic illness. Think of it as sparks flying inside an old engine. Over time, the sparks cause wear and tear. Unless you douse the sparks, the damage continues. Hormones also play a role, especially in women. Melasma, often called the mask of pregnancy, can linger long after childbirth. But in seniors, hormonal shifts during and after menopause make melanocytes even more sensitive. A simple afternoon walk in the sun can trigger patches that last for months. Nutrition adds another layer. Deficiencies in vitamins such as B3, C, and E reduce the skin's ability to repair itself. Without these nutrients, pigment spreads unchecked. I once had a patient in her late 60s who rarely ate fruits or vegetables. Her skin was dotted with spots that seemed to multiply every year. Once we corrected her deficiencies, not only did her skin brighten, but her energy levels improved as well. So the deeper scientific cause of pigmentation is a combination of 3 things: overactive melanocytes, slowed cell renewal, and oxidative stress. Together, they create the perfect storm for dark spots that don't fade. And here is the most important point. Unless you address all three of these causes, the problem will continue no matter how many creams or treatments you try. That is why so many women feel frustrated. They are fighting the surface while the real battle is happening underneath. But here is where it gets hopeful, because science now shows that certain natural compounds, nutrients, antioxidants, and lifestyle habits can calm melanocytes, speed up cell renewal, and neutralize oxidative stress. When you combine these, you're no longer trimming weeds, you're nourishing the soil so the weeds cannot grow back. And that is the secret I want to share with you next. For years, many believed the only way to treat pigmentation was through harsh chemicals or expensive procedures. But new research and decades of patient experience show something far simpler. Nature itself provides powerful tools that can calm overactive melanocytes, repair damaged skin, and restore brightness in a matter of weeks. One of the most remarkable is niacinamide, also known as vitamin B3. This nutrient is like oil on a rusty hinge. It smooths the skin's processes, calms inflammation, and tells the pigment-producing cells to slow down. In clinical studies, seniors who used niacinamide saw their dark spots lighten significantly within a month. And unlike bleaching creams, niacinamide strengthens the skin barrier instead of weakening it. I recall my patient, Mrs. Peterson, a 74-year-old from Canada. She had a patch of melasma across her cheek that had been with her for more than 10 years. She had nearly given up hope. When we introduced niacinamide into her routine, she returned after 3 weeks with tears in her eyes. "Doctor," she said, "I didn't think my skin could change this late in life, but I can see the difference every morning." Another key is vitamin C. You might think of it only as something for the immune system, but on the skin it works like a brightening light bulb. Vitamin C reduces oxidative stress, protects against further sun damage, and gradually fades dark pigment. Even more, it boosts collagen, helping the skin look smoother and firmer. Then there are antioxidants like green tea extract and resveratrol. These compounds act like tiny firefighters, putting out the sparks of oxidative stress before they spread. Imagine free radicals as embers floating in the air. If you don't catch them, they ignite more damage. Antioxidants neutralize those embers and give your skin a chance to heal. Turmeric, a spice many of you may already use in cooking, also deserves attention. Inside turmeric is curcumin, a compound with strong anti-inflammatory properties. For centuries, it has been used in traditional Japanese and Indian medicine to calm irritated skin. Today, science confirms what our ancestors already knew. Turmeric can help balance pigment production and brighten the skin naturally. And here is the part that surprises many seniors. These changes don't take years. Once you nourish the skin with the right nutrients, cell turnover speeds up, oxidative stress is reduced, and the melanocytes begin to calm down. In as little as 20 days, women have reported seeing their skin look clearer, more even, and more radiant. One of my patients, Angela, from the United States, told me she had stopped attending her weekly church gatherings because she felt embarrassed by the spots on her forehead. After introducing a daily routine with niacinamide, vitamin C, and turmeric tea, she returned to me less than a month later. "Doctor," she said, "people keep asking me if I've been on vacation. They say I look rested, younger, but all I did was follow your advice." This is the kind of transformation that restores more than skin. It restores confidence. It restores the willingness to step outside, to meet friends, to feel like yourself again. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I've tried supplements before and they didn't work. The difference here is in targeting the specific root causes, calming the melanocytes, reducing oxidative stress, and speeding up renewal. When these 3 steps are combined, the results are noticeable. Think of it like repairing an old house. If you only paint the outside walls, the cracks return. But if you fix the foundation, repair the wiring, and strengthen the roof, the whole house stands stronger. In the same way, these nutrients build your skin from the inside out. So, the surprising truth is this: the answer to pigmentation is not hidden in an expensive jar. It is in simple, natural compounds, many of which you may already have in your kitchen or can find at a trusted supplement store. And with the right approach, 20 days can be enough to see a change you thought was impossible. So how do you actually put this into practice? Knowing about niacinamide, vitamin C, antioxidants, and turmeric is one thing, but creating a simple, senior-friendly routine you can follow every day is what makes the difference. The good news is that it doesn't require complicated products or expensive treatments. Just a few small habits, repeated consistently, can transform your skin in as little as 20 days. Let's begin with the morning. When you wake up, your skin has been repairing itself overnight. This is the perfect time to give it a gentle boost. Start by washing your face with lukewarm water, never hot, as hot water strips the skin's natural barrier. Use a mild, fragrance-free cleanser. Harsh soaps only make aging skin drier. After cleansing, apply a moisturizer that contains niacinamide. This ensures your skin cells receive that calming signal right away. Think of it as telling your melanocytes, "Stay calm, there is no fire here." If you also have a vitamin C serum, this is the time to use it. Just 2 or 3 drops can protect your skin all day long, working like an invisible umbrella against pollution and sun damage. And speaking of the sun remains non-negotiable. Even on cloudy days, ultraviolet rays reach your skin. For seniors, this is especially important because the skin no longer has the same natural defense it once did. A broad-spectrum sunscreen with SPF 30 or higher is your best ally. Apply it generously to your face, neck, and hands every morning. Now let's talk about diet. Every meal is an opportunity to fight pigmentation from the inside out. Aim to include at least one antioxidant-rich food with every plate. Blueberries, spinach, green tea, and tomatoes are excellent choices. If you enjoy cooking, add a pinch of turmeric to soups or stir-fries. This small spice can make a big difference over time. Hydration also matters. Skin cells are like sponges. Without enough water, they dry out and slow down. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. If plain water feels boring, try adding lemon slices or cucumber for flavor. In the evening, your focus shifts to repair. After gently cleansing, apply niacinamide again to continue calming those pigment cells. Follow it with a nourishing cream. Look for one that contains vitamin E, which works overnight to repair damage and soften the skin. This entire routine takes less than 10 minutes in the morning and less than 10 minutes at night. Yet the impact, when practiced consistently, is powerful. Let me share the story of Rosa, a 76-year-old from Florida. She came to me feeling hopeless after years of struggling with melasma. Together, we built a routine just like the one I've described. Gentle cleansing, niacinamide, vitamin C, sunscreen, a diet rich in antioxidants, and turmeric tea each evening. Within 3 weeks, she noticed her dark patches softening in color. By the end of 20 days, her friends began asking if she had changed her makeup brand. But Rosa wasn't hiding her skin anymore. She was healing it. Of course, no plan works without consistency. The biggest mistake seniors make is trying something for a few days, not seeing immediate results, and giving up. Remember, your skin took decades to develop these spots, but it only takes weeks to begin reversing them if you stay consistent. Some of you may be wondering if supplements can help. The answer is yes. A daily multivitamin that includes B3, C, and E can support your skin from within. Collagen supplements may also improve skin firmness and speed up renewal. But remember, supplements are only part of the picture. They must work alongside your daily routine, not replace it. I want you to picture this. You, 20 days from now, looking into the mirror and seeing clearer, brighter skin. Not perfect skin, perfection is not the goal. But skin that reflects your vitality, not your age. Skin that makes you feel proud to step outside, to meet friends, to smile without worrying what people see. This is not about vanity, it is about freedom. Freedom to live with confidence, to feel like yourself again, and to enjoy the years ahead with the radiance you deserve. When I think back over my many years as a physician, I am reminded again and again that aging is not a straight path downward. It is a journey filled with opportunities to rediscover strength, energy, and even beauty in unexpected ways. Pigmentation, melasma, and dark spots may seem small compared to heart disease or joint pain, but I have seen the heavy burden they place on seniors. They steal confidence, they steal joy, and they make people feel older than they are. But what we have learned together today is powerful. These marks are not permanent scars of time. They are signs that your skin is asking for help. And when you answer that call, with the right nutrients, the right habits, and the right mindset, you can restore balance. I want you to imagine your reflection 20 days from now. The spots that once felt stubborn beginning to soften. Your skin looking brighter, smoother, more even. The change may not be dramatic all at once, but even small improvements can feel like reclaiming a piece of yourself. And each morning you notice that progress. You feel a little stronger, a little more hopeful. I've watched countless seniors experience this transformation. I've seen women who once avoided social gatherings return with confidence. I've seen men who thought their age was written on their faces walk taller, smiling with renewed pride. Healing the skin often heals the spirit as well. So here is my encouragement to you. Start today. Begin with one small change. Drink more water. Add turmeric to your dinner. Use a gentle cream with niacinamide. Protect your skin with sunscreen tomorrow morning. These are simple steps, but they carry great power when practiced consistently. And as you do this, remember that you are not alone. Millions of seniors around the world are taking the same steps, choosing to age not with resignation, but with resilience. If you found value in this message, like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Share it with a friend who may be struggling with the same challenges. Your story might inspire them to begin their own healing journey. Stay strong, stay aware. We'll see you in the next one. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt your stomach sink when you noticed another dark spot on your face or hands? Those patches seem to sneak up overnight, reminding you that time is moving faster than you'd like. For many seniors, these spots are more than skin deep. They chip away at confidence, making you cover up, avoid photos, or even shy away from social gatherings. If you've ever felt that sting, I need you to listen carefully today, because what I'm about to share could help you fade those stubborn marks more quickly than you think. And you must hear this entire message, because missing one step could mean the difference between results and disappointment. Welcome back to the Senior Wellness Podcast, where every episode is about staying strong, independent, and sharp as you age. Stay until the end to make sure you get all the information you need. Today, we're tackling something that millions struggle with but few ever solve: the dark, uneven spots that appear after years of sun, stress, and aging. These aren't just cosmetic, they affect how you see yourself every single day. I'm Dr. Shigaki Hinohara, Japan's oldest practicing doctor. With more than 65 years of experience, I've guided millions of seniors toward better health with simple, proven changes. And today, I'll show you how 2 everyday ingredients, yes, the same ones sitting in your kitchen right now, can help you fight back against those frustrating age spots. But here's the question you'll want answered. How can something as ordinary as a potato or a piece of ginger create visible changes when expensive creams and harsh treatments fail? Let's uncover that surprising truth together. Every dark spot on your skin carries a story. Years of sunlight when you were younger, maybe afternoons in the garden or trips to the beach. Hormonal shifts that changed your skin in ways you never expected. The natural process of aging that quietly leaves its mark. Each spot is like a little footprint of your past, but instead of feeling nostalgic, many people feel embarrassed or frustrated. These spots don't just change how you look, they change how you feel about yourself. I've spoken to countless patients who confess that they avoid mirrors or deliberately pose their hands out of photos so no one sees them. Some even start wearing long sleeves in the middle of summer just to hide what they think of as imperfections. And when people finally decide to take action, what happens? They're met with solutions that promise the world but deliver disappointment. You've probably seen the glossy bottles lined up at the pharmacy, each one claiming to erase spots in days. Yet, After months of use and money spent, the mirror tells the same story. Prescription creams can cause burning or irritation. Chemical peels strip away the top layer of skin, leaving redness and pain. Laser treatments, though effective for some, can cost thousands of dollars, far beyond the reach of most seniors living on fixed incomes. The truth is, these approaches often fail because they attack the problem in only one way. They scrape, bleach, or burn the surface of your skin, but they don't respect the deeper processes that created those spots in the first place. That's why the spots come back, or worse, the skin ends up damaged, fragile, and even more uneven than before. The beauty industry profits off your frustration, keeping you stuck in a cycle of trying, hoping, and paying. One of my patients, a woman named Marjorie, came to me after spending nearly a year trying everything her dermatologist recommended. Creams, serums, even a chemical peel that left her cheeks red and raw for weeks. Yet the dark spots still returned. She told me with tears in her eyes that she felt older than her years, and no amount of makeup could cover what she had lost inside: her confidence. Sadly, Marjorie's story is not unusual. Many of you listening have walked that same path, hoping each new product would be the answer, only to feel defeated once again. But here's what most companies won't tell you. Those stubborn dark patches aren't simply stains sitting on the surface. They are signals from within, messages your skin is sending about years of exposure and stress. And unless you work with your body's natural systems, not against them, no cream, no peel, and no expensive treatment will give you lasting results. So the question becomes, if the common solutions fail, what's the real cause behind these spots? And is there a gentler, more effective way forward? That's where today's surprising discovery begins. Under the surface of every dark patch is a tiny factory called a melanocyte. Its job is to make pigment that protects you from the sun. When you were younger, the factory ran on a steady schedule. With years of UV exposure, small injuries, and hormone shifts after midlife, that factory starts printing extra ink in little clumps. Think of it like a photocopier with the contrast turned up too high. Even when you're not in direct sun, the setting stays stuck, and each printout leaves a darker stamp on your skin. Two things keep that setting stuck. The first is inflammation, even the quiet kind you don't feel. A bug bite that healed darker, a scratch from the garden, irritation from a cream that was too strong. Each of these can switch on extra pigment in the healing zone. The second is oxidative stress, tiny sparks from UV light and pollution that tell your pigment machinery to keep working overtime. If you only scrape the surface with peels or bleach the top layer, the copier underneath keeps printing. That's why the spot fades, then returns, and why so many of you feel trapped in a cycle of hope and letdown. I remember Ruth, 72, who kept a scarf in her purse to cover the backs of her hands. She told me the spots made her feel older than she felt inside. She had tried a prescription cream that stung so much, she stopped sleeping well. When I examined her skin, I saw something many miss. The edges of each spot were slightly inflamed. In her case, the problem wasn't just color, it was irritation keeping the copier dial at maximum. Until we calmed that signal, nothing would last. Here's the part most companies won't say out loud. Your skin can be coached back toward balance with gentle signals, cooling the inflammation, feeding antioxidants, and giving the upper layers a nudge to renew without burning them. That's where today's simple approach comes in. And it surprises people because the ingredients look ordinary. They are anything but ordinary to your skin. In my clinic days, I often taught patients to test safe, simple kitchen ingredients before moving to aggressive procedures. A raw potato contains vitamin C and natural phenolics that behave like a tiny brightening serum. Think of them as a quiet librarian who walks over to the copy machine, lowers the contrast, and files the extra pages. The starch also feels soothing, which matters if your skin reacts easily. Ginger brings a different skill. Its compounds act like firefighters for microinflammation, and when massaged in, they wake up surface circulation so tired skin cells get more nutrients and turn over on time. One calms the signal, the other powers the cleanup crew. You may be asking, can something so simple make a difference you can actually see? Let me share Helen's story. She is 69, fair-skinned, and loves her roses. After a summer in the yard, 3 new patches appeared on her cheeks. She was ready to book a laser session she couldn't really afford. I asked her to try my 2-ingredient method for 1 week first. After the first use, she said her skin looked less dull, and the edges of the spots looked softer, not as sharp. That first shift is important. When you see a small win, you're more likely to stay consistent long enough for real change. Before we mix anything, a quick warning for safety. If you have very sensitive skin, eczema, or you're using a retinoid or hydroquinone from your doctor, patch test on a small area and wait a full day. Gentle does not mean risk-free, and your skin deserves respect. If you feel strong burning or see a rash, rinse and stop. If you have melasma, patchy pigment driven by hormones, this method may brighten the surface, but it is not a cure. Protecting your skin from the sun will always be the foundation. Now let's make this practical. Choose a fresh, clean potato with no green spots. Grate it finely and collect both the pulp and the juice. That liquid is your brightening base. Peel a thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger and grate it even finer. Combine them into a soft paste. It should be moist enough to spread but not dripping. If it's watery, add a little more potato pulp. If it's dry, add a spoon of the potato juice. Cleanse the area you want to treat and pat dry. Apply a thin, even layer over the spots and the skin around them so the blend looks blended, not patchy. Here is the step most people skip, but where results begin. Use your fingertips to make gentle, slow circles for 1 minute. You are not scrubbing, you're signaling. The massage is like tapping the shoulder of a sleepy worker and saying, "Back to your station." It brings a light flush that helps the actives reach the cells that need them. Then stop touching it and set a timer for 20 minutes. Do something pleasant while you wait. A cup of tea, a chapter of a good book. When the timer rings, rinse with lukewarm water using the same soft circles, then pat dry. If you have a plain moisturizer that never irritates you, seal everything in with a pea-sized amount. Many seniors report that even after a single use, the skin looks a little brighter and feels smoother to the touch. That is what you're looking for today, not a miracle eraser, but a visible nudge in the right direction. The copier is still on, but the contrast is already lower. Here's another quick story. Bernard, 68, a retired teacher, had 2 large spots on his left cheek from years of driving with the sun on that side. After his first try, he sent a photo to his daughter. She replied, "Dad, your skin looks awake." He laughed at the word, but when he showed me the before and after, the difference was clear. The darkest center looked softer, the edges less defined. He kept going 3 times a week, and by the 4th week, the spots blended better into his natural tone. Not gone, blended. That realistic expectation is how you win. Let me give you a pattern you can remember. First week, look for brightness and smoother texture. Second week, watch the edges of each spot. They should blur a little. Weeks 3 and 4, expect gradual lightening and better overall evenness. If you notice irritation at any point, cut back to twice a week or shorten the contact time to 10 to 15 minutes. Your goal is steady progress without setbacks. I want you to promise me one more thing. Do not do this and then walk into strong sunlight unprotected. That would be like repainting a wall and immediately throwing muddy water at it. Use a broad-spectrum sunscreen each morning on the treated areas. Wear a brimmed hat in midday sun and treat your hands like your face. Apply protection there too. The simplest way to keep the copier quiet is to stop the sun from pressing the print button. If you're thinking, "This sounds too simple to be powerful," remember that skin prefers calm, steady care over drama. Small, gentle corrections add up. Your job is to create the right conditions consistently, and your skin will do the rest. Now that you know the why and the what, let's build the routine you can follow without guesswork, starting tonight. If you want this remedy to give you the best possible results, you need to support your skin from the inside out. Think of the potato and ginger mixture as a spark. For that spark to grow into a steady flame, it needs the right fuel. That fuel comes from your daily habits, the choices you make every morning and night. Without those, even the most powerful natural treatment won't last. Hydration is the first piece. Skin cells are like little sponges. When they're dry, they shrivel, making spots look darker and edges sharper. When they're hydrated, they swell gently, reflecting light and softening imperfections. I tell my patients to treat water like a prescription. 1 glass when you wake up, 1 with every meal, and 1 before bed. Eleanor, a 66-year-old retired nurse, told me that after adding just 2 extra glasses of water daily, her skin not only looked plumper, but the spots on her hands blended more smoothly into her skin. She had been skeptical at first, but when she saw the change, she became one of my strongest advocates for hydration therapy. Next is sun protection. I cannot stress this enough. If you treat your spots but continue exposing unprotected skin to the sun, you are running on a treadmill that never moves forward. The ultraviolet rays press the print button on those pigment copiers in your skin. Every minute outdoors without sunscreen is another page printed. Patricia, age 71, loved her morning walks but never wore a hat. She used the potato and ginger method faithfully 3 times a week, but after a month, she felt her progress was stalling. When we looked closer, we realized she was letting the midday sun undo her hard work. Once she began wearing a wide-brimmed hat and using a gentle SPF cream each morning, her results accelerated. She later told me, "Doctor, I never thought sunscreen was for people my age. Now it feels like my best beauty product." Nutrition also plays a powerful role. Your skin is a living organ, and like any organ, it needs the right building blocks. Antioxidants are your best allies here. They behave like tiny shields, protecting your pigment cells from oxidative sparks that trigger spots. You'll find them in foods that are deep in color: blueberries, spinach, carrots, red peppers. Think of your plate as a painter's palette. The more colors you see, the more tools your skin has to repair and renew. A patient named Leonard, 69, started adding a small bowl of mixed berries to his breakfast instead of toast with jam. Within weeks, he noticed not only that his energy improved, but that the skin on his forearms looked healthier, less blotchy. He said, "I didn't expect fruit to change my skin. I thought it was only about my diet or weight, but now I can see it in the mirror." Sleep is another underestimated factor. Most of your skin's repair work happens at night. Imagine construction workers fixing cracks in the road, but only allowed to work when traffic stops. If you cut their hours short, the cracks never fully mend. If you give them 7 to 8 solid hours, they can patch and smooth properly. Julia, a widow in her 70s, often slept only 4 or 5 hours because of stress and worry. When she started prioritizing sleep, turning off the television earlier, drinking calming tea, and setting a routine, her skin tone improved. She described her mornings as less gray. That's the quiet power of consistent rest. Consistency ties it all together. Natural remedies are not sprint races. They are slow walks toward lasting change. You may see a little difference after 1 use, more after 3 or 4, but the real transformation shows up after weeks of steady practice. Imagine watering a plant only once a month. It will not thrive. But if you water it gently, 3 times a week, it grows strong and green. Your skin follows the same rule. One of the most dramatic turnarounds I've seen was from Frank, age 74. He had dark patches on both cheeks from years of fishing. After the first few applications, he admitted he was disappointed. "It looks the same, doctor," he told me. I encouraged him to stay the course. By the 6th week, the patches were significantly lighter. His granddaughter noticed first, asking if he had been using makeup. That small moment of recognition brought tears to his eyes. He told me, "I almost quit. I'm glad I didn't." That is the power of patience and persistence. Some people ask if they can add extras to the mixture. A teaspoon of raw honey can be helpful for those without sticky aversions. It adds antibacterial properties and helps lock in moisture. A squeeze of lemon juice is sometimes suggested, but I caution against it. Lemon can be too harsh and may irritate aging skin, undoing your progress. Gentle, steady, proven. That's the motto to follow. Finally, be kind to yourself in this journey. Every spot you see is not just damage. It is proof that your skin has worked hard to protect you over the years. Instead of viewing them only as flaws, see them as signs of resilience. You're not erasing your history. You're guiding your skin back toward balance, making it a healthier canvas for the years ahead. That shift in mindset is often the most healing step of all. So, when you commit to this method, hydration, sun protection, colorful foods, good rest, and steady practice, you give your skin the environment it needs to respond. The potato and ginger do their part. Your daily habits do the rest. Together, they form a partnership that no expensive cream or harsh treatment can match. When you think about these changes, I want you to imagine more than just clearer skin. Picture yourself reaching for a short-sleeved blouse without hesitation, or smiling in a family photo without trying to cover your cheeks. Think about walking into your next social gathering and feeling comfortable, even proud, instead of worrying what people see when they look at you. That is the deeper gift here. It's not only about fading spots. It's about restoring a piece of confidence that time and frustration may have chipped away. Let me share Anna's story. At 70, she had stopped attending her weekly bridge game. She told me, "Doctor, I feel like everyone is staring at these marks." Her friends missed her, but her self-consciousness held her back. She tried the potato and ginger method faithfully, adding hydration and sunscreen just as I taught. By the second month, her spots were noticeably lighter. One afternoon, she sent me a message. "I went back to bridge today, and nobody mentioned my skin. We just played cards. I felt like myself again." Sometimes it's not the skin alone that heals. It's the life you get to step back into. Now, I need to pause here for a quick reminder. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. That small gesture helps us continue sharing natural, science-backed ways for seniors to stay strong and confident. And please, leave a comment if you're going to try this method. I'd love to hear about your progress. One thing I tell all my patients is this: don't expect perfection, expect improvement. You've lived a full life, and your skin carries those memories. The goal isn't to erase your past, but to soften the marks so they no longer control how you feel. When you adjust your expectations, you give yourself permission to celebrate every step forward instead of being discouraged by what remains. Consider Robert, a 76-year-old grandfather. He had 3 stubborn patches on his forehead. After 2 months, the spots were still visible, but much lighter. More importantly, he said, "When I look in the mirror now, I see progress. And progress feels like hope." That shift in mindset is as valuable as the fading itself. Another layer to this is dignity in aging. Many industries try to sell seniors on the idea of reversing time completely. That's a lie. What's true is that you can age with dignity, taking simple steps that keep you looking healthy and feeling confident. Potato and ginger won't turn back the clock 20 years, but they can soften the hardest reminders of sun and stress, making each new year feel lighter instead of heavier. As we close, let me leave you with one final reflection. Your skin is resilient. Every spot you see is evidence that your body worked to protect you. Now you're simply giving it a little extra support with tools nature has provided all along. That's the beauty of this remedy. It honors what your body already knows how to do. So here's your action plan. Stay consistent, protect yourself from the sun, hydrate, eat a rainbow of foods, and get the rest your body craves. Combine these with the potato and ginger treatment, and over the next few weeks, you'll likely notice not just a shift in your skin, but in your spirit. And when that happens, please share your story in the comments. You never know who you might inspire. Someone out there is sitting in silence, covering up, feeling alone. Your progress might be the encouragement they need to start. Stay strong, stay aware, and remember, you are not powerless against the signs of aging. You have choices, you have tools, and you have hope. I'm Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, and I'll see you in the next one.